Mucus in your throat. Can't stop coughing and clearing your throat? You're not alone. Let's get to the bottom of what's causing that nasty gunk. Hey there, I'm so glad you're here. If you ever wake up with an uncomfortable feeling like there's a lump stuck in your throat, or you constantly find yourself trying to clear your throat throughout the day, you're definitely not alone. Excessive mucus buildup in the throat is a surprisingly common problem that affects countless people. In this video, I'm going to fully explain what's really behind that nasty throat gunk, so you can identify the root cause and find some genuine relief. Trust me, by the end you'll be glad you stuck around to learn this valuable information. Now let's talk in depth about mucus. That uncomfortable sensation of gunk stuck in your throat goes by many names: phlegm, snot, throat slime. No matter what term you use to describe it, excessive mucus buildup is annoying and frustrating to deal with. You likely feel like you can't stop constantly having to clear your throat, coughing over and over, or repeatedly swallowing just to try and dislodge that stuck mucus. Here's an important thing to understand. Mucus itself is a normal, healthy bodily fluid that plays a beneficial role. It traps dust, bacteria, and viruses before they can make their way into your lungs and cause illness or infection. But when your body produces way too much mucus, or the mucus becomes too thick and sticky, it can definitely cause problematic symptoms. All that throat clearing and coughing you're doing is your body's attempt to desperately expel the excess mucus that shouldn't be there. So what actually causes this overproduction of mucus in the throat where you feel like you always have to hack it up? For many people, the underlying culprit is something called silent reflux. Silent reflux is also known as laryngopharyngeal reflux, or LPR. Chances are you're already familiar with well-known regular reflux, which is that burning discomfort people describe when stomach acid comes back up into the esophagus. People often call this gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD. With silent reflux, the acidic stomach contents makes its way much further up, reaching all the way up to your larynx and pharynx areas. To understand this fully, your larynx is your voice box located in your neck. This contains your vocal cords and is crucial for speaking. And your pharynx is the tube or passageway in the back of your mouth and nasal cavity that connects your nose and mouth to your esophagus and larynx. Needless to say, stomach acid certainly does not belong up in those higher areas of your larynx and pharynx. So when the acid manages to irritate these areas that aren't accustomed to such exposure, your throat responds defensively by producing extra mucus in an attempt to coat and protect itself from the acidic threat. Here are some of the most common signs and symptoms that silent reflux may be the sneaky culprit behind your excess mucus woes: chronic and repetitive throat clearing, excessive amounts of mucus accumulating in the throat, a hoarse, raspy voice that wasn't always that way, a sore throat that just won't seem to go away, a persistent cough, especially when lying down, the unpleasant sensation like there is a lump or something stuck in your throat, difficulty and discomfort when swallowing, a bitter taste in the mouth or the back of the throat. The term silent reflux exists because this acid reflux process happens without many obvious symptoms, since the acid typically only reaches as far up as the upper throat. So you likely won't experience that familiar burning feeling in your chest or esophagus like you might expect with regular reflux symptoms. Nonetheless, silent reflux and the acid exposure still negatively impacts your larynx, pharynx, and throat. The good news is there are several effective lifestyle modifications and medical treatments available that can successfully tackle silent reflux and help clear up that excess mucus over time. One of the first things to evaluate is your current diet. There are certain foods and drinks that can promote reflux events by relaxing the esophageal sphincter muscle that normally acts as a gatekeeper, keeping stomach acid contained where it belongs. Avoiding these triggers whenever possible can go a long way in reducing acid reflux. These aggravating items include caffeinated beverages like coffee, tea, soda, alcoholic drinks, chocolate, spicy, heavily seasoned foods, fried or high-fat foods, acidic foods like citrus fruits, tomatoes, vinegar, onions, garlic, mints, carbonated beverages. Making an effort to eat smaller, lighter meals more frequently throughout the day allows your stomach to empty itself more quickly. This helps reduce the pressure on that all-important esophageal sphincter muscle, making reflux less likely to occur. It's also wise to avoid eating or drinking anything about 2 to 3 hours before lying down for bed, since reclining makes reflux events much more probable. Elevating the head of your bed around 6 to 8 inches using blocks or a wedge pillow is effective for allowing gravity to keep acidic contents down in your stomach while you sleep. Dealing with the frustrating sensation of constant mucus in the throat and feeling like you need to clear your throat all day can definitely take a toll. But fortunately, you don't have to just resign yourself to living with it forever. By identifying the root cause, which is often silent reflux, and taking proactive steps to prevent acid reflux through smart diet and lifestyle, you can find real solutions. No more constantly coughing up chunks of throat phlegm or dealing with a raspy, hoarse voice. I sincerely hope this video has helped explain what's really behind excess throat mucus and given you some ideas for how to go about finding genuine long-term relief. I'd love to hear from you in the comments if you also deal with this mucus problem or have any other questions about it. Connecting with my viewers means so much, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on any of my latest health and nutrition videos that I'm regularly posting. I truly appreciate each view. Thanks so much for dedicating your time to watch this video. I'm wishing you the very best, and I'll see you in the next one. Take good care.